Okay, so it looks like I'm live. I don't know if I ever get a countdown or not. I'm still trying to figure this out. And no, I've got to take the time and slow down and put it on like Facebook Marketplace for this bed. But I don't know how many people are going to have say I'm asking is $1,200. I mean, it's a steal because it's a mattress and a 2,000 some dollar bed frame, but I need new tires. So that's basically, or I would just get rid of it. I'd find some place to donate it, but I need new tires. So hopefully somebody joins us. Luckily, the daycare girl is at her conference, and then we'll be back when her brother comes from. No, it's not bad at all. It's actually a really, really good deal. Um, Her brother does cross country, which is great. Every kid should have a chance to do some school sports. Yeah, this is a Serta wireless remote. I mean, if it was a queen size bed, I'd have it, but it's just full. So, yeah, I'm stuck with it. I don't know. I'm tired of it. She's been gone 6 months. I just want it out of here because I keep running into it with my ankle bone and then cursing her and telling her, even in hell, you're still torturing me. Yeah, I'm a nice daughter. So, hi, Zinwin. I'm glad you made it. You'll probably appreciate and understand. Well, you two will definitely understand which direction today's video that I upload later is coming from. But hold on, head itches. I'm not used to these headphones. I feel weird, but I don't have those little tiny earbuds because my ears are too tiny. They don't go in all the way, so they fall out. So I have to use my microphone that I accidentally took apart, the little holder. So it's not quite in there as it's supposed to be. But yeah, I was gonna talk about um my depression. Oh, good. Steven said, I guess my son touched base with someone. Sorry. So hopefully he's doing okay. Holy cow. 3 grand? Uh, my mattress that I've got now a few years back was only $700. But I've had the bed frame, the white porcelain bed frame for 30 years? A little bit more? Yeah. Yeah, things are getting way too expensive. And there's boxes. No, the boxes behind me have got running shoes, a air compressor with that green goo for a 2011 Camaro. I got to put that up. It's can you guys see? I need to turn off Facebook Messenger. Guys can hear the little at least I can in the headphones. I got to put that up. I got to put my boys size 14 running shoes. I'm just going to have to set aside of just sitting in this room and putting stuff on eBay. But anyway, I was going to talk about it's like my depression. I mean, a lot of us have gone through it. I was, thanks to my childhood, I was one of those who went through depression in high school. I was the odd child. I wore a pin that said, "Why be normal?" Oh, full of hope. I'm so glad to see you. Oh, that's not too bad. That sure beats the 3 a.m. or whatever it is when the boat comes on at 5. Yeah, my son's ex-girlfriend, who still lives with us, she got their bed when he moved out with the new girlfriend. And it was a $1,600 bed. It was a combination regular bed, memory foam bed. Nice bed. But yeah, I about choked when they paid that much. But yeah, I went through the depression stage when I was in school. I got my wow. Well, you sleep on it too, though. That's good. You're gonna say, wow, those are some spoiled cats. I thought I was bad having a heated cat house in the backyard for the stray cat, Morris. Now that's a price I can deal with. I mean, what was it? My ADD's kicking in. Um, we got a 2003 Expedition for $1,200, and because we need it to haul a motor so I can put it back into my Jeep, and then I want to get rid of the Expedition because it takes too much gas. But yeah, I told my dad I got it because he was wondering what's new, and he starts laughing and he goes, "Oh," he goes, "You still got the other cars?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, that's the Mexican in you then." And I'm like, "Thanks, Dad. Thanks a lot." Yeah, I'm not even Mexican. I'm Native American, but raised Mexican. Yeah. So my father's full-blooded Irishman. But oh yeah, back to my depression. Yeah. So in high school, I went through that because everybody's just awkward. They just don't think they fit in. You know, they you got the bullies. You got well, not so much bullies, I guess, when in my generation, but we had the I guess the Barbie ideal we should live up to. They wanted us all skinny and well, I wasn't blonde haired, blue eyes. I had chestnut brown hair and hazel eyes that turned green, but I was skinny. And so, of course, when we didn't fit up to that image, we didn't feel good about ourselves. And I spent a lot of time in my room. I'd come home, the lovely latchkey generation came home, did homework, made dinner sometimes, which consisted of 6 scrambled eggs, jumbos. Um, and then I would go into my room and not come out basically till morning. I would listen to a lot of music, and to this day, to pick me up, I have all Robin Williams' Wow Reality, What a Concept album memorized. So I just acted out, especially if I'm by myself, I physically act out what I thought he would do on stage because there's no video of it. I have siblings. I was raised with one brother who was adopted at 3 months old. So, what a combination. Let's see. I'm Norwegian, Yaqui Indian, Scottish, Iberian with a little tiny bit of sub-Saharan African. Mother was a bit Italian, Mexican. Of course, dad still is Irish. My brother that I was raised with was half Italian, a quarter French, and a quarter Norwegian. Talk about a family that did not really look alike. But then again, I have siblings on my birth mother's side. I have 3 brothers and an older sister. I talked to one of the brothers. And then on my Ted side, I have my sister who I just can't be around. She's too negative. She's too depressing. She made the paper here several years back for killing 2 girls in vehicular homicide, DUI, going the wrong way down the I-5 by Vancouver, Washington. So yeah, the brother I was raised with, my adopted brother I was raised with, is hey, Seventh, I'm so glad to see you. He's 6'4", and I'm 5'4", probably about 5'3" now as I've shrunk with age. So yeah, quite. He's got the Italian nose, and yeah, you can tell. But so my brother was always off doing sports and basketball. Of course, at that height, AAU basketball, everything. I took dance class, and I would have to drive myself sometimes because nobody was there to take me at 15. So, but yeah, I just would get depressed because I never fit into any of the cliques. Heck, I really didn't fit in with anybody, and I still don't. I'm my own little kind of. I mean, for God's sakes, look behind me. Or let's go the other way. And all the stuff behind me. It's not what you'd expect to see in someone's craft room. But I guess the word craft room has a double meaning. Um, so I actually I took, I tried a couple of times to end it in high school. If you, if you're trying to choke yourself, you will let go once you pass out. And obviously it wasn't successful, but it's just, that self-worth feeling hangs around for a long time. Even as when my oldest was born, even then I'm like, well, maybe they'd be better off without me. Eh, Oh, here, I'm turning the Wi-Fi off on my phone so it doesn't start acting up. Um, yeah, and I think that was stemmed from my mother because she told me one day that Nathan came out good in spite of you. And I told her, no, Nathan came out good because of me. And I was ready to crawl over the back of the seat of the car and strangle her. But yeah, I fought with depression for a long time. They put me on Zoloft for a little while. And there was okay. I never felt any different. It was I think it was the antidepressant pill to take at the time in like 98, 99. So yeah, I uh I fought with that. Mm, I never did see a shrink, but yeah, I probably wouldn't talk to a shrink anyway. It's like Tommy said, this is kind of the closest thing I'll ever get to talking to a shrink. I mean, I spend a lot of time talking to myself, even when nobody's here. I'll talk out loud. I can talk to myself out loud and slowly work through some stuff. But yeah, it took me a while to realize that a lot of my depression was stemmed from mother's expectations of me. And so I just decided I'm just gonna let my freak flag fly. But hopefully it works. It didn't do much for me. What was it they put me on? Trazodone. That gave me some wild dreams. It was for sleep. That gave me some wild dreams. Kind of miss those. I mean, they weren't nightmares, but they were just super vivid. Um, but one thing I did start in high school, which was a bad, bad thing, was I became a cutter. I became one of those who you learned different ways to hide it, different places to give yourself owies. Um, and who would have thought once I started that in high school that later on in my life I'd be learning how to be a butcher and work around very large knives. And but yeah, I used to just sit there and the inside of a pop can was one of my favorite ways of, you know, I guess you could say. They wanted to put me on Lyrica. I said no thanks because someone had said if you miss your dose or if you're late with your dose, the pain's even worse. But yeah, I would do that, and it was for me, and it may be this way for other people too. It was something easier. I could handle the physical pain rather than the emotional pain I had to deal with growing up. Because, when you're told by one parent, well, we're just going to send you to psychiatric ward, another parent tells you, you know, that you're not good enough, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, your grades suck. Well, of course my grades sucked. I didn't like school. And they were both teachers. So, yeah. Uh I just did for me was a physical thing, a pain I could deal with. And who would have guessed, let's see, not long after high school I start developing chronic pain issues. Yeah, yeah. Um Too sharp you can't, yeah, you don't feel it. It's too smooth. It's like a razor. Yeah. Oh, wow. To have it that young. I don't think I knew it was at that young, so but about yeah, I didn't realize for me that it was really depression until I got older, that I was just different. And I had to put on the happy face when I went outside so that, the world thought this family was just perfect. And it wasn't. And I thought one day my dad was going to come across the table at me when I said we were a dysfunctional family. Uh, yeah, I still fuss with them too. And the only thing that bugs me with that is I have, thanks to the darker skin, I'll where any boo boo hits, whether I fuss with it or not, I have hyperpigmentation. So I end up with a year of, what, say I scratch my legs in the woods, and a year later I can still see the dark scar mark from the scratch. But yeah, yeah, I think our generation went through a lot of crap without any support, without anything, and for some it made us tougher. For others, they just some crawled into substances, others crawled into, you know, uh, self harm. I had my bedroom window painted black because the neighbor boy was a peeping tom. So now to this day, I still struggle with having a window open. Um, I live in the dark basically. If nobody's here, my windows stay shut. I have a lot of fairy lights, so I have this. Um, no, I used to suck on my hair. I don't have any hair left to pull. I've got, odd as it sounds, uh, male pattern baldness because I make too much testosterone. But yeah, my house has got fairy lights all over it, and that's pretty much how I worry about people looking through the window. I cannot live in a fishbowl because of that lovely neighbor child. We came home from vacation one time and we were adding on to the house, and uh, one of my bras was in the add-on that you had access from outside. So that means he came into the house and then took it to the add-on. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. No. Hey, Robert, good to see you. So, yeah, I had to struggle with that for a long time. Every now and then, when I'm cutting vegetables, I'm like, uh, what would happen if I cut myself? But then I do stupid things on my own that, like, tried to take a pop socket off with a knife that was a little too long, and this was purely on accident. And I did a good fillet. I did a really good fillet down the side of my thumb, and I put a band-aid on it, and it took over a year for it to finally get its nerves back. But yeah, interesting. You talk about a safe room, uh, full of hope. a gal on Reverend Ed Trevor's show on Saturday. He's got a thing called Church Without Walls. He's Anglican, I think, something of St. Margaret of Scotland, something like that. He's in Nova Scotia. A gal made a comment which just really fit with me. Um, she's feels safe and comfortable in her bathroom. Hey Jen, how you doing? Um, and I realized I'm the same way too. I will sit in my little tiny bathroom and just with the seat down and oh my goodness. Yeah, I can understand, but wow, that's pretty deep. Um, I'll be home by myself all day long, upstairs, downstairs, empty, got the whole place to myself. And where you'll find me? Sitting in the bathroom. Just because it's comfortable and small and I don't feel overwhelmed. I know it sounds odd, and maybe one of these days I should see a shrink, but I don't. I just I had to go God knows how many years ago, being adult diagnosed ADD. Oh, I s- ooh, yeah. And the closest thing I ever came to really shocking myself was, the old 9-volt battery. That was kind of fun. Um, but yeah, um, I love soft squishy. I think I'm lost now. Yeah, Zenwin, they make sandwiches over there in Nova Scotia and take juice and stuff. So it's nice. It's a bunch of different denominations, different everything, and they go in and do prayer requests. I basically listen to Reverend Ed, which is oddly enough, he looks a lot like my baby boy, while I'm listening to the boat Saturdays because I'm never fast enough. Yeah, we all have, and that's why we're here, honey, because we all got each other. We all got each other. Well, I'm never fast enough for the trivia. Hope is. This girl is fast and has memory way better than mine. So I'll read the boat and I will listen to the Reverend on Saturday at 5 o'clock. So, but it took a while to get out of the depression. You would think, I didn't have the postpartum depression like, well, my ex sister-in-law did. That lasted no God knows how many years, a good 10, 12 years with her. Yeah. So, but it just, I think getting out of the town I grew up in and then moving to BFE, uh, I was separated. I actually got to be me. I got to be different. And it's a good thing I only had boys because um I have no problem with bugs, snakes, nothing. So I actually came out of my shell a bit. One day there was a little tiny garter snake caught in a mouse trap, and they're all pointing and squealing. And I'm like, oh, for God's sakes, just, give it to me. So I took the snake, got it out of there, and took it out and let it go in my flower bed. But it took a lot. So it took a lot of talking to myself. It's really weird. I'm looking at a picture, but I got the green light up here, so I never know what to look at. I'm getting better at rambling for 20, 30 minutes. I got to figure out something for Thursday. I don't know. Yeah, because most of my stuff is, y'all know it. It's yeah. Oh boy, do I ever live in BFE. I live at the base of the Eastern Washington, Central Eastern Washington Cascades. We're the last town, you know, I guess, what do you call it? Incorporated town? I mean, they've got places they have, like, like Cliffdale, where Whistling Jacks is at, but all Cliffdale is Whistling Jacks in the mountains. But no pizza delivery in what, 28 years? No, nothing like that. So, but it's nice. I can leave my car unlocked with my purse and it's still in there in the morning, or my keys in the front door, and they're still there in the morning. Oh, that would be hectic. Oh boy, that would be hectic. I don't do good with large groups of people. I mean, I grew up in a town of 6,000 to move to a town of, well, when we first got here, there was only 1,000. Now there's probably 1,500 because they built some houses for the workers, the apple orchard workers, and we have a record crop this year that nobody planned on. Okay. Love you, honey. Okay. Um, that they don't have room in their storage units. They're just sitting outside in bins stacked up. Uh, someone not only tipped over a couple of bins with apples in the yard last week, I noticed they drove off the edge of the road down into the bank. So who knows? One of these days, I'm gonna have a semi in my garage. Suburbs, that would, I mean, it might be pretty, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on in Chicago from what I'm hearing. And my news blast channel that I do of Enox on Rumble that I used to do here, they got rid of. One of the things we do is his comments. We have one line news. You go find it out for yourself. This is what it is. Go look it up. And one of our lines is Chicago, shots, 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 because of all the shooting, but yet guns aren't allowed. So that should be a good example of why we never give up the Second Amendment. But yeah, when I would go in for my medication for my ADD, as you can tell that I have, they would ask me, because I had to go to a psychologist. Well, is there anything you want to talk about? And I'm like, no, no, I'm fine. No, because I just, not gonna talk to a complete stranger. And oddly enough, one of the doctors asked, because of course, your comprehensive mental health, that's a state thing. They have more people going out. It's like a rotating door. People come in, probably do their internships and leave. But made a comment, back then, asked if I drank. I said, well, a little. And he goes, your kind does that a lot, just to quit the mind. And part of my brain went, oh, okay, so that's what we do. That's normal. And so, but then at that point, I wasn't drinking like I was here about 10 years ago. I'm not as bad as I was then. But I drink for the absolute worst reason: pain control. Yeah, I can. It's not a lot of people go and they want to run from their demons. They, figure I gotta, this, lets me hide away for a little while. And me, no, I just, I embrace my demons, cuddle up with them, offer them a drink, But yeah, it's for the absolute worst reason: pain control. But I don't want to get addicted to pain pills and then have to, in the old age, something's wrong and then I can't take a pain pill. So, yeah, I have there's days that it's just like I'll have I'll have it just so I can because it hurts so bad and I can't take any more pain pills. If I want to go to sleep, that's the only way I'm going to get to. Yeah, it's because I you just lay there. Yeah, try not to. I that's the one thing about watching kids. It's when I was working at the store and I got off work at 12, I, started drinking at 12 because, well, if I've had a beer, they can't call me back in. So, yeah. And I've got the daycare kids, and that's a lot of what changed me. And so I don't drink like I did at all. I mean, it's because they don't get picked up till 6:30 sometimes. So, uh, yeah. I mean, I don't really have a drug of choice. I just have a bad crutch. I could probably my prescription as it stands right now, I could take 4 tens a day for my pain because I've got fibromyalgia and osteoarthritis, and I've tore my back out several times. And oh my, that's a lot. They're doing a complete CBC. Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, I don't like my blood drawn, but uh, I can do these. You know, I can sit there for 4 hours and have them carve on me. But I don't like my blood drawn that much, and I gotta go. I gotta make an appointment soon. Gotta have my yearly checkup. Nah, not that checkup, just a yearly physical with the doctor's office. Um, uh, because well, it's just pretty much boat members here. Um, the doctor one time asked me because I was going through hot flashes, and he goes, "So, gee, did you have a hysterectomy?" And I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "The oven's gone, but the knobs are still there." He busted up laughing. He's like, "Wow, I've never heard it put that way before." I said, "Yeah." So yeah, I don't have those anymore. But yeah, I got to do my blood and find out. Yeah. Oh boy, yeah. I had my blood drawn. My OBGYN did that. Uh, I don't know where his nurse was, so he drew my blood, and as he had the needle in, I watched my blood go whoop, and so I had to lay down for about a half an hour because I about fainted. Yeah. I told him the baker is that's good. That's good. Yeah, tattoos are I call it a good addiction, but I mean because you get something to wear out of it. So I need I want to I want 1776 across my knuckles. Odd as it sounds. Now this one, I don't know if anybody will understand it, but I want the numbers on my wrist, on the edge of my wrist, the numbers 978. Yep, pain therapy. Yeah, and it's at least usually something pretty to show for it. Yeah, I want 978 on my wrist, and it's an old uh it's a Nazareth song from the heavy metal soundtrack. And that little red insignia that the gal from heavy metal has on her neck. So I want another big one on my forearm, but hubby goes, "Yeah, you got Christmas to get through first before you go doing anything like that again." So yeah, because good night, Hope. I'm glad you were here. Um, And the 978 is the song "Crazy" from Nazareth. So that's why I want it. Like I said, I'm an odd duck. Hey, Matrix Man, how you doing? Uh, I love you too. Hey, Matrix Man, good singing on Dave's uh live the other day. That was good. I liked it. Yeah, I will never sing though. I'm a speaker. I am not a singer. I used to be soprano, and I could probably do bass because my voice is so low. But yeah, I mean, I still fight with depression a little bit, but sometimes I think it's more loneliness than anything. I mean, cats don't talk back. At least when I had a dog, they would wag its tail and, you know, be happy to see me. Whereas my cats just look at me like, yeah, I'm here. You can look at me. You can feed me. Don't touch me. I don't have any cuddly cats. The last one that was a cuddly cat was my Maine Coon. So, yeah. So I sit there and I write these random things that come into my head. And yeah, my cat, oh, my tortie, my 17-pound tortie. And I got to figure out a way how I can put in a pictures on these things. I don't know. I have no idea. Um, uh, the soon to be 8-year old on Saturday, when she was little, we'd ask her, what's the dog say? What's the cow say? What's, whatever other things say. And you'd get to what the cat says. And it's like, what's the cat say? And she'd go, went, yep, that's pretty much Snickers. Snickers doesn't meow. She likes to hiss or meow loud and accidentally step on her tail. Oh, me and my Wi-Fi. I don't know if I'm buffering or not. Oh, I love my Maine Coon. She was so sweet. I had her. She was 16 when she went. She would beat me into my oldest uh, bedroom if he made a noise at nighttime. She was right there with him. So, oh, more semis. I am so tired of hearing semis. I'm gonna hear those until at least December. They're hauling more fruit, and I need to make applesauce. But I've got like a tortie, like squirrel. She's Snickers, but at 17 pounds, I'm calling her raisin loaf because now she just looks like a big raisin loaf. And then my Nebelong, that little furry gray thing that is just wants in and out and in and out. It's like, oh my God, cat. She goes outside, comes inside, goes to the bathroom, goes back outside. It's like, really? Really? You have the whole outdoors and you want to use the litter box. Yeah. And then her mother, who likes to bring us gifts. Those lovely little things because she thinks we can't feed ourselves. Yeah, it usually is missing its head. And I think torties are fun. Torties are fun. They're the second to the last cat to be adopted from a shelter. The last is the black cat. I need a black cat kitten to come wandering into the neighborhood because that's the only way I'm going to acquire another cat. If it's just a rescue from the neighborhood, not that I went and out and got. I've already got a stray orange tomcat that I feed every day, a can of wet cat food and dry cat food mixed together. So, yeah, my tortie I rescued was 2 days old behind the garage. Her mother had abandoned her, and I can understand. Sometimes I, had to every 2 hours bottle feed her. Thought I was going to lose her once because I think she ate her own crap when she was really small. But no, they're good cats. Oh, yeah. Tortitude. That's what they're called. They have tortitude. Yeah. It's like mine. It's like yesterday at the boat. Me and V were talking about it because, I washed all my beddings, I took my mattress pad off. So it was just the bare mattress. She comes and plops her furry butt right on my bare mattress. And V made the comment to get the hair dryer out, for your torty. Cap missed the part that it was my cat, so he thought she was saying to take a hair dryer to Squirrel. So no, it was just okay. What time is it? Yeah, I better get off here because they're gonna be back next week. Yeah, it'll probably be a really short live next week because I will have everybody here next week. Hubby's on vacation. Carly will be here because it's half days again next week. So it'll probably just be a short one. But I am glad everybody stopped by. I'm thinking maybe on Thursdays, doing a little bit like if people can come in and, well, I'll toss this up. Let's run this up the flagpole. You guys can either salute it or burn it. Let me know. Like say, spend a moment on Thursdays when people have, be it prayer requests, positive, non-denominational, some universal energy, just a time where they can come in and ask, just ask for a little boost. I don't go to the cabin until Friday of next week for a couple of days, and it'll be nice. Y'all do me a favor and just, just ask for no snow, please. I want to go hiking. I don't want to be stuck in the snow. I mean, it's nice there, but I want to go do something. So, yeah, I thought that'd be a neat idea. Right now, everybody needs a little bit of a boost with everything going on, and especially those poor people in the Middle East. I don't support either side. I do not like war. I abhor war. There is nothing good about it. Absolutely nothing good can come from it. It shouldn't be happening, and there's a lot of questions on why it's happening, and I don't support any of it. I don't even have a little nose in it. We need to be out of everything completely. Okay, guys. All right. My little Wi-Fi thing is pitching a fit over here, so I will get going, and I will talk to you guys on Thursday, and I will have no kids. So that Thursdays I definitely have no kids, so it's a good time if people want to ask, just say, hey, I could use a little, emotional support here, whatever some people do. It's, I think if you get enough energies out to the universe, and no matter what form, you're going to get something positive back. All right, guys. All right. I love you all. I'll see some of you on the boat tonight. All right. Take care. Peace out.